donor-driven. And I mentioned our founding leadership. I think it really speaks to the fact that we've been a mission-driven organization from the very beginning. One of the examples is something we call the Builder Ticket Subsidy Fund. One of our donors who grew up in Newark felt that it was incredibly important for families to be able to be exposed to the arts from the very best seats, regardless of what their circumstances were. And so he introduced the subsidized ticket fund, which has grown and become part of the endowment, so that community-based organizations can bring their constituents in for a wide variety of performances, almost every performance that we present, for $5 a ticket. Some organizations choose to actually pay that for their constituents. Some organizations feel that it's important for the constituent to actually pay the $5. But they sit in orchestra seats, they sit in grand tier seats, they're spread all across the house. And they enjoy everything from orchestras to Alvin Ailey to family-oriented performances. And the stories that come out of that are really extraordinary. Another great example is another donor we have, Lee and Toby Cooperman, again, grew up in Newark. And one of his formative memories was he didn't get to see his father a lot when he was young. His father was a very busy businessman. But he remembered going to Radio City Music Hall with his dad. And he remembered that as this incredible bonding experience between the two of them. And he said, I want to give that experience to the kids of Newark. What can I do? And he endowed our Kwanzaa Festival. And we always love to say we're the only endowed Kwanzaa festival in the nation. But we bring in thousands of kids. They come in on buses with their families from shelters, from halfway houses, from the Y next door, and they enjoy an entire free day of performances, storytelling, tradition. And then the last example is a very new one, but something I think that will continue. There's an organization in Newark that actually grew out of our Mayor Cory Booker's initiative of Newark Now. And the goal is to take young men who are fathers who just got out of prison and enable them to do stuff with their kids and with the family as a whole, to have a significant other. And again, being subsidized by our donors who know that this is the right thing to have happen, those fathers and their families are coming to every performance in our Family Time series. And again, just incredible stories coming out of it. One of the young men is actually speaking at our Martin Luther King celebration next week, and is being honored as one of the rising leaders of the family organization.
I've got tons of questions I'm going to want to ask you, maybe even after the session, because I think you're hitting on something very, very important, but I do want to give Jennifer a chance to also